Good evening, everyone. This is the official first broadcast for the True Health Mastery Institute of Holistic Personal Health Management. So we have just a few members that have joined and even a couple of members that have decided to come join me for this launch. And everyone else is welcome, of course. And as they come straggling in, maybe, we can say hi to them as they come in. But for now, I just wanted to reiterate, if you've been looking at the advertisements or the flyers or the announcements I've been sending out this past few months, then it's an institute where people can go and get all of the information they need to master their health. How many people can say, I've mastered my health? How many people can say, I have no health issues, I have no health problems, I can manage my stress optimally because my mind and my body and my emotions and it has enhanced my spirituality, all those things that make a holistic, healthy person, right? So over the 45 years that I've been helping people get well, I also noticed that so many wonderful things happen to people when they get optimally healthy. So, their illnesses fall by the wayside because I teach people about their own nutritional physiology and how the body can actually repair itself just from the full array of all known nutrients and the correct form at the atomic level, that the right foods and the right food combinations and the right supplements can be put together and to help the body heal itself, repair itself, elevate the spirit. There are so many health benefits that I just want to share with the world right now. So I created the True Health Mastery Institute. And so I'm hoping that it will grow with time and it will, people will get the benefit of the knowledge that I've already shared for so many years with my clients and my readerships, and as a consultant to a few wonderful companies that I would endorse their products, and I'm doing so right now too. This is the kind of excitement that I want people to feel. I want people to feel as optimally healthful as I've been able to be in my young 70 years so far, and to show people the results that one can have when you combine the many, many years of scientific data that has been done on nutrients and whole foods and nutraceuticals, healing botanicals from all over the world. There is so much scientific data out there, and I've actually compiled it all in my books and in articles that I have written over the years, and I've pulled it all together and put it all in one place so that it is a True Health Mastery hub for everyone who is very interested. Now, I'm going to be taking you through the True Health Mastery Institute behind the scenes website so that people can see what's in there. Let me go ahead and share my screen right now so you can see what this is all about. It's actually 1,000 words. A picture is worth a thousand words. So as a member, when you join, you will see this website or the institute in a much better format. And right now, I am taking you behind the scenes, where me as the editor and the owner, of the institute, where I can show you where everything is. I tried to create a my own membership as myself, but the system won't let me because it knows it's the owner doing this, right? So what I can do is show you a preview of all of the pages so that you can see what it is. Now, the people that are online with me right now, they have already joined and they have already begun to take a look at it. And I know, Carl, you have explored the system quite a bit. And Evette, welcome. You've joined today, and I'm so excited to have you here. So let's go ahead and I will show you. And here's the page where members can click on their main, okay, let me go to the program pages because, like I said, a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? Okay, I'll go to the members area. Now, you won't see it in this format, but you will see this kind of, these kind of drop-down menus in your account. So I'm going to go to what you would see. And I'm going to give you what it's actually going to look like. I'll give you the preview. So as a member, when you log in, you will see your picture and your name, and you'll have a drop-down list of all the different links that you can go to manage your own account. And I also put them across here in this way, so you can access them that way. Now, the system, knowing that I'm the owner, is not going to allow me to click on these and take you to the right pages. But I've tested them all out. Carl and I tested them out, and they all are working. And I've tested them over and over again ever since then. So I know it's ready to go, at least this part of the system. But I wanted to show you what it looks like on the main page of the account, that you'll have things that I'll be putting up, that this might change over time, but these things are for managing your account, so these will stay the same. But there's the link for the live Q&A, the link that I just showed you on the other page. And then there's a whole library, members library archives. I will show you that because there's so much to look at there. And of course, I do offer a nutritional synergy course, so that will take you to the registration there if you care to do that. And then there's also some supplements, of course, that I have a store, and I'll be, adding things in as time goes on. But I pretty much have this great repertoire of products that have already been proven for people over the years. So it's not likely that I'll find something that's better, kind of thing. So I've been looking at ingredients and supplements for many, many decades now, and I can tell right off the bat if a supplement is going to be absorbable and utilizable and worth your money, kind of thing. All righty, so I'm going to go. Yes,
Esther,
question.
I have a question.
Of
That is,
course.
though, but you first have to go to Holistic Choices, don't you, to be able to go to this?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, when I advertise, this will be the
Right. There
landing
it
page,
is.
right?
That's it.
So
Right.
it will go to this page here, True Health Mastery
Correct.
membership. So yeah,
Correct.
I probably should have mentioned that at first. Thank you for bringing that up. So
That's why
yeah,
I'm
this is
here.
kind of this is a description of the True Health Mastery, so people can look at all the perks and the benefits. And if they're already a member, this is where you're going to log in, or if you're going to join, then this is where you'll be joining. This is the initial contact for the
Right.
information on the True Health Mastery. So yeah, that's where it's going to go. So I'm taking you behind the scenes. And once you've already logged in, I think I did mention that once you log in, but I should have showed that page. So thank you for that. All righty, so let me take you back to the other pages I want to show you. So as you can see, I've already shown you the profile, the subscriptions, the address, the orders, your wallet, the programs you're taking, notifications. All of these things are on your drop-down list and also across here. Okay, so let me go ahead and take you to the site menu. That's where the other links are in my back office here. So the member library, as you can see, will take you to this page here. And there are so many different introductory videos. Now I'd like to sort of I have set up a matriculation, if you will, kind of page where people can go through the introductory kind of thing, where you'll get a little bit of information to get an idea of the kinds of things you will be learning, or maybe you've already learned them and you want to pursue more knowledge. So these are the introductory videos. So I encourage the members to go through these videos, and they're not long, they're just short, videos here. And of course, I always allow people to just let them know that I have a public channel. So this is just some of the videos that are on the public channel. On the public channel, it's quite educational as well. And I'm constantly posting videos on that channel as well. But behind the scenes here for members, you have things like the True Health Journal articles archive. Years ago, I began a publication called True Health Journal, and I wrote many, many articles about it, but the journal never launched. So now it's going to be your newsletter. And in that newsletter, I will be sending announcements and events and things like that. But I still like that name, True Health Journal. So I'm calling this section that. And there are many, many articles that I've written over the years and all sorts of other reports that you might find of interest. In fact, I might feature them on on calls once in a while so that you can get more familiar with what's in that library. And also nutritional protocols, that's something new. I already have some protocols listed on that page, which I will show you As you know, I'm working on one protocol, right, Evette, that will also be
Yeah.
added to the system. I don't know if you got that email or not, but that's exactly what I'm planning to do. Because when I answer health questions, there's such great subject matters that other people could benefit, right? And of course,
Yes.
retaining the confidentiality of the person asking the question and the people involved. But the subject itself is so important for other people to get to know. So
Yes.
let me go ahead and click on nutritional protocols and pretend like I clicked on that purple button there for you. Alrighty, so these are just an introduction to the protocols, but I will be creating a database of this, and members get a huge discount on these. Quite a bit of research goes into each protocol, as you can imagine, and I have a whole database of clients that have benefited from the protocols over the years as well that I'll probably, incorporate into this database. This is
Oh,
valuable
wow.
life-saving information, and I feel like the members deserve this, and the public does too. There will be a duplicated list for the public, but the public will pay a bit more for these protocols.
Okay.
And yeah, before I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I will go ahead and go farther into this. So where was I? See, this program does not let me go backwards. And so I have to find out where I was. So library archives, live Q&A Fridays, you saw that, and that's how you got here. You received the information for that link. That's pretty much all that's on that page. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it. Members area. Let me go back to the members area to make sure I did not miss anything for you. Profile addresses. Okay, yeah. So when you sign up, there's going to be a login. And so, this tells me what these forms are and what they look like. But when you go ahead and click on these, then you will see what they look like. It's no big deal. But on this main page, the True Health Mastery page on the main website, when you log in, it'll take you to the login page, which is this pretty much. And you might have already seen that, or maybe you just saw the initial page to sign up, to join here.
Yeah.
That's the one we saw.
I saw both. Yes.
Yes. Okay, so it's okay, so to sign up, you click on the select button and it'll take you to the sign up page or the login. So if you land here, then you'll still have the option, you'll see that you've already paid if you have, and then you can just log in from here. It goes back to the login. So it's pretty foolproof, I hope. I've tried to cover all of the bases here. And of course, there's always going to be some problems, and I'm learning as I go. But I'm a fast learner, and I have a great back office, and there's a lot of great help, out there
Well,
for me. So,
it's working on the East Coast.
are you on
Where
the
are
East
you,
Coast,
Carl?
Evette?
I am in Virginia. Where are you, Carl?
I'm in Massachusetts.
All right.
Oh,
So
we
it's
have friends.
working. It's working,
Yay!
Esther.
That's
Yes.
wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay, so Yvette, if you have any problems with it, please let me know because we're in beta right now and I want to iron out all the kinks because I feel
Absolutely.
like this is going to grow, as word gets out and people start sharing and I start advertising more.
Yeah. And the people that I've mentioned it to, they were like excited to be able to become a member. So I'll
Yeah,
keep
there's so many
spreading the
people
word.
that's yeah, they signed they filled out the form and everything. But I know people forget they're so busy and they're so inundated. But
Yeah.
maybe I'll make it worth their time. That's what I'm going to do. People have health issues or they know people with health issues. And if they become this educated, that's my goal is to educate the public so that they can go out and teach, right? And we
Yes.
don't even have to be a PhD or, anybody with a lot of background, educational background. This will zero in on people's knowledge and it will start building over time so that they start talking and sharing, and people will look up to you. They will listen to you and they will follow what you're doing because your health vibrancy, will definitely be enhanced and all that. So I appreciate you both being here. I know you have this thirst for knowledge and you totally understand what I'm trying to do here. So I really appreciate that.
We
So with
appreciate
that,
what you're doing.
yes, go right ahead.
No, I was saying we appreciate what you're doing because there are so many people that have issues and they're looking for resolve and they're not getting it. And
That's
when
right.
we can go to the holistic approach, but a lot of times even the holistic practitioners, they can only do what they know. And when they're exposed to different things, then it's like their eyes open up. I have a group of a naturopathic, a iridologist, and a um, chiropractic. I found this cute little Friends Wellness Center, and they're all now looking at the PDF for the lifetime, the material that the monograph that you put out for that, looking at your videos that you did, and they're opened up to seeing this information and receiving this information, I should say. And so that's going to make a huge difference in the community because they will be exposed to this. I mean, I'm only one person, but when people are going into these wellness centers and they're going to be getting results from what you're teaching us and educating us with, that's going to make a huge shift in the health of our society, not just the community on a whole.
Yes,
I
and I need
agree. I
help.
agree.
I need,
I, I agree wholeheartedly. It's correct. Yes. Yes.
yeah, because I've been doing this for 45 years. And when I retired my practice 14 years ago, I wanted to do the same thing, but on a larger scale. And so, different companies over time have allowed me this kind of platform. And so it's very important that people, especially selling products, especially selling very unique and fantastic products that actually are very, very efficacious, then people need to know what is in their products that they're selling. And this is exactly why I get on the calls with APL Go every month. And this, like you said, you're sharing this information, you're taking it out there, and people are implementing it, and they're getting the results. And so that makes them the satellites also. Years ago, I mean, over the years, I've run into clients once in a while in the town I lived in Northern California, and I maybe hadn't seen them in years or months. And they say, you have no idea how it's changed our lives and how it's changed our families and friends' lives. And when I was teaching at the Estrella College that Carl introduced me to that job. Long story there, right, Carl? But anyway, I was teaching at that college a nutrition class, and my clients, excuse me, I call them my clients, my students, health transformed. I had them for 18 weeks. And what we learned, of course, I followed the textbook, and that was like, the set of quizzes and tests and, the curriculum, right? And
Mhm.
we spent, some time on that. But mostly I treated them like my clients. I taught them the science behind, their own nutritional physiology. And
Wow.
so their health started transforming over the period of time. And before you know it, people were saying, well, I've already outlined a nutritional protocol for my family and their health is improving. So I imagine how much this information has spread, especially from people who have had such great results, kind of thing. So yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, as a member, you will learn my complete nutritional synergy system, and well, of course, the online course that I'm teaching is based on my book, Nutritional Synergy, my system.
I
So
have
they'll
that.
get the benefit. Oh, did you get that one?
Yes, I did.
Fantastic. Oh
I'm going
my
to
gosh.
bring it so you can sign it for me when I
Oh,
come to Arizona.
well, that's right. We're doing an event in Scottsdale next month. I'll
Yes,
be so happy. I'm so honored to have been chosen to be, the expert speaker there. But
yes.
anyhow, so yeah, this is what the Institute is all about. People will be able to get this valuable information and run with it. I will be teaching it as we go along. I'm planning on doing weekly calls. If I can't keep up that pace, then I will do it bi-monthly, right? So, but I want to do this every week because people need this information, and I think I get supercharged just teaching it anyway.
Yes.
So, so yeah, this is very, very important. And the Q&As. the Q&As are so desperately needed, as you said, Evette. I've decided to go ahead and just do these, do them live, and they may or may not be recorded because sometimes people need to have a certain amount of privacy. People are going to get to know the other members and feel like they trust them, kind of thing. Just like my students did when I was teaching that class, Carl. They opened up over the semester, and by the end of the semester, they were family. They trusted each other, and the things that came out of these students, these were college students, the things that came out of these students were touching, and I was honored that they trusted me and the other students in the class with this kind of information where they shared, from their heart, their health problems and other problems too. We had great
But
discussions.
remember the other thing we did was I brought you on board, my coaching staff, so that you could address these physiological principles as it related to performance in athletics. So you were also an assistant coach as well as a faculty member at Estrella Mountain Community College. So don't forget that. That was
Oh,
just as
wow.
important, you know. So
Yes.
so not only did you have a class of eager students to learn, you had athletes that you were addressing, and I was smart enough to bring you on board to do that.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
I remember you.
amazing. What's
I
that,
remember
Event?
you all talking about. I remember you all talking about that on one of the podcasts.
Yes.
And that's another area, Mary Esther. I was actually talking with Casey Conrad today about athletes, just getting an idea of that approach to take. And the work that you've done with athletes, that is huge, I think, because I used to work on a massage therapy, pain management, body worker. So
Okay.
for 15 years, I did that until COVID came, and I
Mm.
enjoyed it. But I saw a lot of athletes that I attended the muscle bone structure, that giving them back that energy in the muscle, but they needed the inside work. And I couldn't offer that. They needed, and the food that they were eating, they were doing the best they could, but they also was doing the fast food stuff as well. And
Hmm.
yeah, and even now, I don't know how educated they are about what their body needs to perform. So
Oh, that
that's
is such a
an
great
area.
point. Such a great point. I mean, a holistic practitioner will know what their modality is all about, and I know it's very beneficial. We all need different holistic modalities in our health management. The fundamental thing the body needs, however, are those nutrients in the right form. And we can go into the physics and the vibrational frequencies of live energy active foods, and that kind of thing. That will be coming,
Yeah.
for the members, because knowing what's going on at that subquantum energy level is so important. More and more information is being shared with the public about that. And so, when people really delve into the science, when you look at, say, a physicist, a biophysicist, who has been studying this, there are many out there that people can actually listen to and learn from. The subject is becoming more and more open, and it's not labeled as woo woo or ridiculous or anything like that anymore. People are actually starting to take these things seriously because there is that component to
Yeah.
healing the body. And what's great about the botanicals that are alive and energy active, on this earth, they contain that kind of vibrational healing frequencies as well. Yes, the nutrients are fantastic. The body needs those nutrients, but if they're not in the right energetic frequency form, then they're not going to be nearly as effective, very little effective, kind of thing. So that's a very good point. Yes, even the holistic practitioners should realize that that's where it all starts. Their job would be so much easier. People have gotten well from all manner of ailments that I've received as a practitioner. And, if they applied the system, then they got well. If they didn't, then they didn't. Of course, you can lead a horse to water, right? But people
Right.
actually, when they sought my services, they were on their last desperate attempt. They didn't know who else to turn to. And it was unfortunate because I lost only a small handful of clients over those 30 years before I retired it. But I since have had more clients since then, as you know. But this is what happened. They actually got well and became those satellites. those apostles, if you
Yes,
will.
yes,
Don't know what else to call them. Once you get this kind of transformation, then you're just radiant. And you go out and people say, what did you do? You look fantastic. What did you do? I want to do what you're doing, kind of thing. So I've had many people come back to me and say, yeah, everybody wants to know what I've been doing. And I've been, showing them either that or they referred them to me, kind of thing. But yeah, this is the Institute. This is what it's all about. It's about showing you as a member what you can do to transform your health and have the right knowledge. There's so much misinformation out there.
yes,
People are being misled all over the place. Nobody knows who to trust, who to listen to. And those infomercials, I don't know if you've heard them or have you clicked on them and listened to their long, they say, oh, this is a short video on this information, right? And they make it
right.
sound so wonderful. But time and time again, I've only listened to them just to find out what they're all about, and even ordered a few of their supplements before. And of course, they're nothing. You look at the ingredients and they're nothing, right?
Mhm.
So we'll go into that kind of thing too. So there's a whole range of knowledge that I want to impart to people. I'm constantly learning too. I'm never going to stop learning. And every time I learn something, I will share it with
Yes.
the Institute members. So,
This,
it's for $12.97 a month. It's not much. Yes, Carl.
can you go back to, because can you go back to the page where you clicked on the nutritional protocols? I don't know if you went through what all those other tabs were for. I
Oh,
think you were
let's take a
trying to,
look.
Oh yeah, we
did you,
did
you know what I
interrupt.
mean?
Yeah. I think I
Let's
asked
check.
the question and we we went off on a tangent.
But Esther, you
I
were
do
trying
that,
to
don't I?
look, but you were trying to look how to get back to that page, and there were some other key tabs there, and I don't know if you wanted to talk about those as well. And I'm sorry, I know I didn't want to take any more time here,
No,
but
no,
if
it's
you
fine.
do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I
Yes.
do.
Well, okay, now keep going, but it's the
Okay,
okay,
yeah, I need to go to the other page actually,
right, right.
right here. Members Library
Yes,
Archives.
yes, yes.
Okay, so
This to me is the most important page for me.
yes, it is. This is the
It
nitty gritty.
so
Absolutely.
that's because you only touched on the protocols, and but anyway, I just wanted to see that again. That's all. That's
Oh,
all.
yeah, yeah. So let me give you the preview of what you'll actually be seeing. This is my editor kind of back
But
office.
yeah,
So
it's the green, it's the green and purple tabs. Yeah,
yes, you can enroll in the course. That'll take you to the Nutritional Synergy course page. It's a description page as well as an enrollment page. The nutritional protocols, I can go to that page and show you what the protocols will be, but I'm adding to that all the time. And
right. Okay. Okay.
I have to go into my database and actually compile those protocols. So there's no links there yet, but just to let people know that there will be, I'll be adding, that's my next
Right.
project for the Institute. And of course it'll go to my YouTube channel, the public YouTube channel.
Okay.
And also, and with every video that I publish, there's going to be a link that goes back to inviting people to become a member. So I'm hoping people will take a look at that in the description boxes, on YouTube. And of course,
It,
the live Q&A, that's going to be just that page where you see the link that goes
and
to this
what's the one on the top left again? The first one?
new
Yes.
member introductory
Okay,
videos.
gotcha.
So
Yeah,
we're on that
this is the
page.
page. This is the page I go to most.
Okay.
This page.
Okay.
So I would advocate that people watch these videos. It's a little education in itself, and it's a great way to orient new members
Right.
so that they know what to expect, what they'll be learning, kind of thing.
Right.
So yeah, there's just 4 videos there.
Thank you for
That's
going
where you
back.
start.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay. So now, as far as questions go, do you either of you have any questions that I can answer? This is going to be a regular thing, like I said earlier, for members.
Well, the only thing I have right now is I gave you my question regarding the mast cell activation
Hmm.
syndrome. That's how it was put to me. And I'm really excited to know more about that. This gentleman actually is in Tucson. And
Yes.
yes, and I let him know what we were doing in Scottsdale, and he really wants to attend, but the 2 hour drive to him is going to be painful. He knows this.
Oh, wow.
And so when you said you would do the protocol, I didn't even tell him. He doesn't even know that it's coming, because I just
Okay,
told him I
good.
would check with you just to ask you about it. And he said that would be great. So when you present the protocol, I know he's going to really be excited to put that in. And he's a veteran as well.
Oh, great. That is so good to
Yes.
know. This is actually the last free protocol I'm going to be doing for people
Oh,
because there's no more time. I'll answer questions like I said in your email. I'm honored and happy to answer questions when people ask me, like, say they're trying to enroll a customer and they have a question about the product and the customer happens to have health issues. I can answer those, without creating a whole entire protocol. It's just a matter of asking a couple of questions and then providing the protocol. I've been doing this for so long. I know exactly. Give me the symptoms and I'll tell you what's wrong and I'll tell you what to do. And thank you, Carl, for that. But so thank you for that question. And yes, all I have to do for that protocol is I have all of the research lined up and I will be putting it into layperson's terms, kind of like as if he were a client. So, and that's what I'll be doing tonight.
okay. But
Trying to get that
well,
done tonight. I
I
have to get a
appreciate it.
workout in too.
Yes, absolutely. You do you, but we're patient. Absolutely
Oh,
patient.
well, yeah, I usually, the turnaround time for these is usually a lot, but since I started this institute in motion, it seems to be taking more and more time. And I'm still answering health questions here and there. So, yeah,
Yes.
and plus other things, life is complicated. But
Exactly.
And
Carl,
yes, well, congratulations on the launch. Congratulations.
oh,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you so much for being here, both of you. It's so appreciated. But I wanted to ask you, Carl, I think we still have a few minutes. I was going to go a full hour, with everyone. So we have 20 more minutes if you want to hang in there or if you have to leave, I understand. But I really wanted to ask you how you feel your athletes benefited from the nutritional, being your sports nutrition coach those years when you were in Arizona.
Well, I think, in fact, to give me a little bit credit from this standpoint, I had a limited amount of knowledge about the physiological implications of diet and how it would either inhibit or promote the performance capabilities of my athletes, both in practice and in competition. So when I understood and knew you as a member of the faculty, it made far more sense for me to bring in the expert, if you will, that could go into much more detail. But instead of just continuing to hear it from their coach, now I can bring in a third party expert to explain it to them. And I remember, especially the young women, would their response was extraordinary, because not only were they thinking about their own performance, they were thinking about the rest of their lives. So there were two women athletes in particular that just just clamored for that kind of knowledge, and they knew they needed to apply it for the rest of their lives, not just for the 2 or 3 years they were going to be performing for me. So the reception was great, and I still have pictures of we were in an outdoor pagoda type thing, remember, and it was kind of hot. It was in the morning. I think it was like 6 or 7 in the morning, and these athletes, I think we had already run, and they're taking notes. So they knew the importance of it because now they had two people. They had me as their coach, and they had a member of the faculty who was an expert as a physiological nutritionist, giving them the same information, but being able to elaborate it in the setting of practice. So
Wow.
it was great. Thank you. Does
I
that
still have
answer
a
your question?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, you took pictures that day, and those pictures are still on my website,
That's right.
and Yeah, so I love working with athletes. I've worked with ballerinas. I've worked with martial artists. I was in the martial arts, so all of my friends in the martial arts got the benefit. They became my clients, and they avoided a lot of injuries that, especially the younger athletes, they retire early because they never recover from any injuries. These are all accidental injuries. We had a very good school. Our instructor was very careful not to make sure that no one was going to get injured, but there's accidental injuries. Hey, it's the martial arts. What can you do, you know?
Mhm.
And the only way to learn is to get faster and more precise, but still accidents
And
happen.
and
Um,
this might be
but
a simple illustration, but when we took trips to San Diego, we competed against San Diego State, UCLA, Texas El Paso, University of New Mexico. So we traveled. So on when you travel and you stay overnight, you have to eat somewhere, right? So I remember the team was very good at recommending not only where we eat, but what we eat. And occasionally they would say, "Now remember what Esther said." And I would joke with them and say, "Well, what about what I said?" And they would say, "Well, coach, you're talking about training and running. She's talking about nutrition, okay?" So, but it was a nice dynamic.
you were
Right?
teasing them,
Of course, of course. But I
just
mean,
so
but
just
they
so
would
people know that.
they oh yeah, it was, but they were yes, but they would correct themselves, you know.
Mm.
You know, Bill, Sam, Pete, Bob, Sally, you think that's good? I'd choose something else as a snack. So your
Oh,
message
wow.
rung through over the
Yes.
Yes.
3 years that we worked together when you were my assistant coach. Yes.
Thank you for that.
Wow.
Now, I
Wow.
wanted to also ask you to tell a little bit about how you observed injuries in your young students that were just so young, just from like bones, breaking down and joints breaking down at such a young age when they started to do some running. I ran into that in the martial arts. We used to teach the martial arts in our school, and the young people were becoming more and more frail, fragile, prone to injury. And so, of course, we had to implement some nutritional advice to the parents in that. But you had shared with me some time ago that you were finding the same thing in your athletes.
I think, you know, Evette, I'm currently coach at the high school level. I'm in my
Okay.
25th year, either coaching collegiately or at the scholastic level.
Okay.
I'll answer it this way, Esther. I think, yeah, it's been I mean, generation after generation. I don't think they're necessarily getting stronger as it relates to what Esther is bringing forth.
Hmm.
But I tell my athletes, regardless of what the hurt is, the pain, the potential injury, whatever, the first thing I tell them is, how hydrated are you? Are you drinking water on a regular basis so that the nutrients you do receive in your diet are penetrating right down to the cellular level, the molecular level, the cellular level, the quantum level, and it all has a factor in helping them be grounded in that simple principle: drink water, hydrate.
Hmm.
And then Esther has pointed out some great electrolyte drinks afterwards when they, you know, between the end of practice and the next 45 minutes, we get into an electrolyte beverage as well. So when you think about it, these are 13, 14, 15-year-old student athletes. Okay. They're young. Who I really need to be talking to are their mothers and their fathers. Okay. So they
Hmm.
can continue to affirm what their coach is telling them. And I think they do. A lot of them will say, well, coach says this, and the parent can't argue with it because it's true. It makes sense. So so dealing with these young student athletes, I try to keep it as simple as possible. But beyond hydration, I simply say stay as far away from sugar as you possibly can. And again, check the audience. It's simple. It's simple stuff. That's how you build a platform and expand on it as the years go by. And I have them all the way from their freshman year to their senior year. Does that help, Esther? Because that's what I'm doing.
That's excellent. I really wanted you to
Yeah.
tell that story. I can imagine, Yvette, that in your practice, you have found people who have been easily injured as well.
Yes, and it actually they bring in their x-rays and I'd see screws and that have been put back together, the bone and the structure and all. And and is anything I can do but support that with, giving that muscle tissue so that it can begin to heal. So doing the kneading and allowing it to give the healing modalities that I can. But
Yeah.
one of the things that I'd like to question Carl on again is how young were you seeing any injuries begin to happen with these younger athletes?
Seventh grade. Seventh grade. And here's the thing that I should bring up as well. Think about it. If you're a non-active person at 12 or 13 years of age, if you're non-active, it doesn't really matter, at least in their thinking, what they eat or whether or not they hydrate. But once you begin to put them through a rigorous training regimen of long distance running, even sprinting when it comes to track, and you start to insert um, weight training and isometrics, okay, then they realize, whoa, my body's telling me something. I'm putting stresses and strains on it in a positive way. So by virtue of that, they then now begin to understand how the pieces fit together, that where when they hear what Esther's saying or what I'm saying, all right, this is where nutrition comes in. This is where hydration comes in. So this is where your the stress and the positive stresses and strains on your body physically interact well with proper nutrition and hydration. And all of that translates into much better performance.
Yeah.
And the best thing, injuries are less. You don't see them as much. They're getting stronger. Their bones and joints are getting stronger. And so to have a coach or any individual come into their lives to preach the truth is you can see the results pretty much right away within the same year that you're teaching these athletes these principles.
Oh, wow. Wow. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Excellent, excellent. Yes, when I was, say we've got 9 more minutes. Can you hang in there with me for 9 minutes?
Sure.
Okay,
Do we
great.
get
Yeah.
do we get a cookie?
Oh, brother, here he goes again. He loves to raise my ire. We've been
Just
going back and
kidding.
forth like this for years. So yeah, but
Grab
yeah,
a job.
right, right. Yeah, I mean, I love that we got into the sports nutrition because not only are people going to be getting well from all kinds of ailments, because I've seen it. I've backed myself up with the best of the peer-reviewed science that's been done all over the world, over time. That's very important when more and more scientists come up with the same conclusions and they're applied in real life. And in sports nutrition, it's not any different. Performance and the not losing the desire to perform, to do well is all about the recharging process, the replenishment of nutrients. And I'm always talking about this, right? That, replenish, replenish, replenish. And of course, Carl, you've been hearing that from me for years. But yeah, I mean, to be able to say, and this is not bragging, I'm just so happy that all of the knowledge that I've been able to apply to myself over the years is actually another form of credibility. When people have when you put the science together with the application and together they produce amazing transformations, right? You can maintain that throughout life. When I started 50 years ago to exercise, I was a skinny, weakling at 20 years old, but someone got me into weight training and I had this, I guess I inherited it from my grandfather who used to treat people with herbal medicines and things like that. He happened to be a medical doctor, but he was using herbal medicines rather than, his schooling had taught him about the drugs. And I imagine back then the drugs weren't safe either, kind of thing. But over the years, whenever I had an athletic injury, I would heal so rapidly, knowing what I know, replenishing and nourishing and resting and hydrating and all of the above. Managing stress has a huge factor in that too. I know we've covered that in one of the calls recently, right, Evette? But yeah, stress can kill. It actually can, because of how the body produces all these toxic biochemicals.
And Yvette and Esther, I mean, understand, um, I can have an athlete for 4 years. If they actually, in some cases, six, because we allow some of the middle school students to participate at the varsity level, seventh and eighth grade. But so it's difficult. I have to be patient with the knowledge, a lot of it coming from Esther's books, that I teach to these student athletes to be patient. You're not going to see instant change, in the first year, but you will begin to see it in the second and third year. And then they now have such ingrained habits that they're going to carry it on when they go on to college, they get married, get jobs and stuff like that. And I have to tell you a real quick story. Yesterday, I was with a parent. We were together for about 2 hours. We were driving to pick up some track equipment for the season that starts in about a week. And Esther, you're going to love this. The parent, we just had a brief conversation about what we want to do for lunch, because we stopped after we were done. We stopped for lunch, and he reminded me that his son is a ninth grader. He's 14 years old, and he says, "You know what, Carl? My kid is telling me what I should be eating and not eating." How cool is
Right.
that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
Oh,
that
yeah.
that young generation, they're getting it.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are. Yes, absolutely. I know. We've all got those kinds of stories, as you as a practitioner as well, Yvette, and
Yes.
I can,
Yes.
all of these memories have started to get triggered. But yeah, this is going to be such fun, and I really do hope that more people will find the value in it. These monthly Q&As will always be open. Today was supposed to be an open forum for the public as much as the new members, because the public needs to see what this is all about. And I think this video, with the help of both of you, I really appreciate it. Once people view this video, then I think it will stimulate more people to want to become a member. Everyone is looking for the answers, and the answers are in this hub. It's taken a long time to put it all together, a lot of years, a lot of experience, a lot of successes in people's health transformations. And we just want everyone to experience this. We need this. We need a healthy population. To reiterate, we definitely need an elevation in the spirit of the population in our country, in our towns and cities, in our families, in the world. So I
We'll
thank both of
spread the
you.
word. We will spread the
Thank
word.
you.
Definitely. Yes.
Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate both of you. And so, yeah, I can't wait to share this video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Will this
All
be
right.
on your YouTube? Where can we find this copy of this video?
Oh, yes, I will definitely put it on my YouTube channel. I will post it on Facebook. I will be starting to post everything of mine on my LinkedIn and Rumble and all these other channels as well. Need to get the word out, but the
Yeah.
bulk of the people that I interact with and who follow me are on Facebook. And also, the subscribership on my YouTube channel is starting to grow as well. So the word's getting out there, and I know it
Yes.
takes time. So anyhow, yeah, this is for you. I'm here for you.
Thank
And so
you.
next
Good.
Friday, I will be doing a live Q&A on Zoom as well. And I will be answering health questions for the members only. So yeah, gather your health questions, even if they're not for you. If you know of people who have these health questions, at least you'll be able to relay the information, or maybe even encourage them to become members as well. So,
Yes. Okay.
All right.
All right.
okay, thank you so much for being here. And I will say goodnight to both of you.
All
And
right.
I will see both of you soon.
Yes. All right. Good luck. And thank you so much for this launch. It's going to help change. It's going to help make a huge difference at how the world sees health. It's going to make a
Thank
huge
you for
difference.
that.
Yeah.
Very, very nicely put. Very nicely put. All righty. You both have a great evening. Bye bye
All
now.
right.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.